My very last question to you is, what is your advice to students who want to consider a career in robotics, in industry or research? Doesn't matter.
Well, you need to like the field. I mean, there is one thing. Robotics requires you at the end of the day, because in computer science there are a lot of fields of research or work where everything is in simulation, right? Robotics kind of needs to be applied to robots at the end of the day. So, uh, so if you are an engineer that loves machines and you know loves to do control and this kind of stuff, this is a perfect field. Robots can be many different applications from, automate a medical center to, a car industry. Um, if you like AI and machine learning, robotics gives you the opportunity to also have a have tasks that involves complex real scenarios. On the other hand, a lot of my friends study with me, they didn't end up in robotics, they ended up doing pure machine learning. So apply, for example, to images analysis for some kind of disease or data elaboration and this kind of stuff, which is obviously great as well. Robotics though requires you to have to stay in the lab and some part of your life, and to work closely with the real machines that needs to interact with the environment. Again, there are a lot of nice challenges. There's a lot of interest right now, so it's a very hot topic, and there is a lot of job opportunities after the PhD or your master in robotics. But I mean, you don't need me to sell it because many university has classes about automations or intelligent robotics in different departments, engineer, neuroscience, computer science, etc. And there are plenty of students that are following this path, so it's well known and it's a highly interesting topic. A lot of people kind of enjoy doing this kind of it. So yeah, my suggestion is if you're interested, if you're curious, so just take some classes.
Yeah.
As I told you, I ended up doing robotics. I didn't even plan it. I came by chance. That's also the great thing. But when you have to make this decision, perhaps the nice things to do is go around and talk to people working in that field, see, have look for yourself, or visiting the lab, or try to understand if that job can be something that you would like to do. Do a master project about this, like where you can have a direct contact, a direct experience for uh, limited time, and then
Yeah.
decide that yes, that sounds something that I would like to do.
Okay. That's very practical advice, and definitely would be very helpful to someone who is considering uh, to start a career, maybe, or maybe start studying in this particular area of interest also, because the times are quite uncertain because of the coronavirus situation. So a lot of people might also be considering which career to choose, but it makes more sense to go into a field like robotics and artificial intelligence, because there will certainly be more jobs in this particular area.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is true. I say unfortunately because we have experienced this in our university where a lot of departments were considered second type
Oh,
of the department as closed because humanistic research like history or literature, they don't provide jobs, and to be honest, I don't like that. I British university are very expensive. They guarantee you jobs after the university, but it becomes a commercial company based on education. And yeah, it's sad that people have a degree in history ended up doing other type of jobs, and they cannot. They use that as a, at the end of the day, to satisfy some personal curiosity, but then
Yeah.
they have a piece of paper that has no real monetary value in the market, and that's sad. I don't like it. I think if somebody, we are all different, we have all different interests, and somebody is wants to, learn and understand history and be able to model the past instead of making model for predicting how an object behaves when you push it
Hmm.
or whatever. I think is important for our culture, for the evolution of
Yeah.
mankind. And I really am not happy, and I really disappointed by this forced situation where people needed to choose robotics or computer science or engineer, even if they would have loved to become like, sci-fi authors, or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's a tough life. I mean, if you consider the job for people that wants also to start a cinema career, like
Hmm.
uh, photographers or directors, so the career is really long, and most of the people do not reach fame or a stable job. They just work from job to job, and again,
Yeah.
you don't have a proper job. You're not hired. You work as a freelancer. You're never sure if next month you will have a job, and just because they want to follow their career. And I have a lot of friends in the artistic or humanistic words. They also the same problems, and or they become lecturer, although they never applied anymore what they do, their creativity, because they don't have the
Yeah.
opportunity, or they needed to change or cope with this unstable kind of life. And that's unfortunate. And obviously, this is a topic that is bigger than our itself. Is how the world works, but in my opinion, it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is, right? So, life is inherently challenging in a way. So, but okay, let me then end with a philosophical question, because we kind of uh, also delved into a bit into that direction. So, uh, what gives meaning to your life in a way? I know you're particularly really passionate about research and are willing to spend long hours and are really curious about the problems that you face. So,
Um, to be honest, it's not very philosophical, my answer. I would be very practical in the sense that
yeah,
I like the job that I do. I like the fact that I can choose on which project I can work on, which part of the project I can work on. I can be creative, so I can propose new tasks. It's very challenging, and there are some drawbacks in that. But again, you talk with a lot of people, very clever people. You're able to live in in contact with people that make you grow. Indeed, actually, I would suggest University of Birmingham. The British University has these nice things of the campus, right? So all the departments in the same area, and they have the
yeah,
pub inside the campus. And when you go, to have a beer in Friday at 6, you meet a lot of other people that work in different departments. And something that in Italy doesn't happen because the universities are much older, they're spread around the city. So every department typically ended up in the same bar, and you see always the same people. While there,
yeah,
you have the opportunity to chat with people from different departments, and it's a nice things to do. Learning about research in different areas, what the people do, how sometimes how to combine the things between what you're doing and the other. Many times, many pointing contacts that can be exploited, and and I like that. It's something that again a normal job might not provide me. So that's my answer. Basically, I love the job because I'm a nerd. Allows me to do nerdy stuff. Allows me to talk with people about nerd stuff, and I can learn more nerd stuff over my life.
That's a really amazing way to put that.
Thanks.